Hi friends, it's Becky and the beads were good again this week. I'm going to have you watch my sister's what I made this week first. She's going to show you all the things that she made as part of the channel, do a little try on for you, and then we'll jump over to my mat and then we'll do a little try on. Again, Jenny joined me. She is officially part of this channel. We sit down and plan everything, which is great because I always do better when I plan stuff, and I'm not always been kind enough to myself to do that for myself. But I love my sister, so I do this for her, and it also benefits me. So we're doing planning, we're getting everything set up, but it is still absolutely a joy to have her with me. She's growing so much. She's got her own things that she does, and I love that. And it's really fun having her on the channel. We're even talking about having her do maybe some new bead boxes, new to my channel, because there's always people who ask, you know, when are you going to do this box, or when are you going to do this one, or that and the other, and I'm always like, well, I already have so many. It's overwhelming to me to do too many things or to do too much. So my sister can maybe handle some of those. So we're going to start looking at having her handle some of the new bead boxes and do things that way when we play around with them. And there are, of course, some that are better suited to her than to me, or better suited to me than to her. Like if it's a box that is has a lot of findings and things that don't spell out nickel content, it makes more sense for me to make stuff with them. If there's stuff that's like bead heavy, absolutely 100% goes for her, or ones where they actually make an effort to let us know what's nickel free and what's not. She can have a lot of fun with those. So look for a few new things coming down the pipe, not just my sister's stuff, but also we're with two people, we can handle more. That's kind of the point of having maybe a team instead of just being a single person doing it by themselves. So it has been really great, and we love being able to share like our dynamic with y'all and our creativity and just have some fun. So let's go over and see what Jenny made, and then we can come back to mine.
Hi friends, it's Jenny, and here's what I made this week. I guess let's go ahead and get into it. I started the week by making 2 necklace sets from the Bargain Bead Box Tranquil Tides collection. I used this focal from the sister store. I bought it there because I thought it would go really great with some of these banded agate stone beads that were part of this collection. And I used other stone beads that were from the companion bundles. I used kind of a mix and match. This little link is from the companion bundle, and several of these beads were from the original box. And I made a set of earrings to go with them using some of the same stones and crystal rondelles. And then I made my Octopus and Friends necklace, which was fun and different and not like anything I had made before. But I had a lot of fun trying to engineer how I wanted this octopus to hang out with his friends or her friends. My husband came up with the name of Cordelia, that fits kind of that, you know, that time period of like if you really do go like the steampunk like we talked about in the video or not, but it also has meanings that fit with this. So I made this one, and again, this is a mix of beads, caps, findings, and everything from both the main Tranquil Tides Bargain Bead Box and the companion bundle from the sister store. In fact, the octopus was from the companion bundles, but all of the friends were from the main box. So I enjoyed making that a lot. It was fun. I like it a lot. And then I did another bracelet trio, this time from Gina's Gem Creations, the GGC Summer Fun collection. I got both colorways. So I made my first bracelet from the mint and lemon, lime, and mint collection. And then I made the second bracelet from the roses and lavender. And then I made the third bracelet from the both of them together. Like, this is a mix of both of them. And so I am gonna go ahead and, since we're already here and this is definitely a down on the camera thing, I'm gonna go ahead and try on this set for you so you can see how it looks with 1, 2, and 3 bracelets. And then when we do the other view and I tip the camera the other way, then I will show you how I wear it as also a necklace. Couple of different lengths you can wear it, and I spent a whole day just wearing one of the bracelets on my wrist and the other 2 as a choker around my neck. But they're really great. They just kind of have that loose jangly bit that I really like with bracelets. It's not going to slip off my hand, but it's got some movement. It's got some movement, and that's exactly how I like it. So I've got that one. And then on the late night beading with Becky, we went ahead and did like a Independence Day, 4th of July hangout. So we did a red, white, and blue themed. And I made myself a little inspo box with the right colors and tried to figure out what I wanted to do with it. And I ended up making this necklace that uses, this is a check glass pendant that I bought from the Bargain Bead Box sister store. These are beads from the February and April GGC boxes right here, just to give it a little bit of extra. And then I did the main strand with a couple of dyed stone beads in this reddish tone and this blue, and then with some glass pearls along with it, and some pretty little bead caps and opalite bicones to kind of set it. No, those are not the opalite bicones. Those are just the regular opaque crystal bicones. Did that, and I went ahead because we had time and I was on a roll. I made a bracelet and earrings to go with it. Just a fun, simple, patriotic set that just, it's got a bit of sparkle, and with the pearls and everything, I feel like it's kind of classed up a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and swap so that I can show you what these look like on. Hi, let's see how it looks like on. And I'm actually going to go like the reverse order because I was just talking about it, and I kind of want to end on the octopus, which is one of the first things that I made this week. So here is my little patriotic necklace. This neckline is not the best for most of these, but enough that you can see how that looks. And we've got little earrings, and we've got the bracelet. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off for now because I should have showed you the other bracelet when I had everything down, but I did make a bracelet to match this set. So with my so I've got necklace, earrings, bracelet, little patriotic set for to celebrate the holiday. And you know, we do have several patriotic holidays, so those can get some use. Those can get some use. And then I am going to show you my bracelet trio with the other formats. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy back on my wrist. This is the one with the dolphins. And then I'm going to take my pink bracelet, the pink and lavender bracelet here, and I'm going to attach it on one side to my starfish bracelet, and then I'm going to attach both of them to each other on the other side of my neck over here. So get my hair out of the way in just a second. So I'm wearing the pink and lavender because it's the smoothest. Like there's no dorsal fins to stick into the back of my neck. But then here's the bracelet in kind of like a choker style set. So I need to make some earrings to go with this. Maybe I'll make some earrings that will go with this, as well as what maybe I might be planning this next week or the week after from GGC. Either way, I'll make some earrings to go with it because I think that's what it needs, because this is another way to do it. And then the other way that you can wear this, if you want to have a longer necklace, then you just attach all 3 bracelets together. And I'm gonna go ahead and, since they are more focal, have my starfish down here. And then what you have is just a slightly asymmetrical experience right here along the neck. But because these clasps are just small and silver, and we use the silver in the stuff, it doesn't really stand out that this is, you know, 3 bracelets that is suddenly 1 necklace, but you still got these great starfish hanging out down here, and I don't know, just another happy option in the bracelet trio. So I think that's something that people have enjoyed seeing is, you know, what are different ways that you can do it. And I am doing one method, but showing what it's like with different beads and different styles. So it's kind of like Becky's bracelet bash, but extended over several videos instead of just doing one design and a whole bunch all at once. I don't have a whole bunch all at once. So we'll probably be doing the bracelet trio for a little while, and then I'll come up with another design to do some Jenny's bracelets as well. So let me know what you guys think of that idea. And then we've got, because I want to end on the octopus. This is the what Mom and I have dubbed the beachcomber design, and it's the one that's it's a beaded chain necklace, but it's heavy on the stone beads, and it's got this gorgeous ceramic pendant, and it also has some earrings that match. And my light is on this side, so I'm putting in the earring on this side so you guys can see. And then the other thing that I made this week, and you guys have probably been wondering, what does it look like when it's on? How does that hang? It was really cute and fun to make, but let's see if it actually works the way we want it to. So there's definitely a little bit of a chain untangling that needs to happen with the friends. But this is how it fits on my neck, and you can see how it fits over this, the neck of this blouse. I thought that would be pretty nice. And then I've got my little fishy friend earrings that I'm wearing with it. And isn't this just fun? This is just fun. I like it. It's fun, but it's also like stepped up, a little bit elegant. So we've got our little octopus, Cordelia, and her fishy friends, which include a seahorse and a turtle, because, you know, why not? And then here on the neck, we've also got another seahorse and another turtle and more fish, because, you know, why not more fish, right? But that's what I made this week, and I had a lot of fun. I am going to keep making things on Becky's channel. We've had a really good time with that. I've even started doing some of the unboxings. Becky is going to be doing the bulk of the unboxings, but we talked this week a little bit about some opportunities we have to maybe try some new things that Becky doesn't have the time for, but maybe I do. So more on that later. But yeah, we're having a good time with this. It's definitely taken one of the weights off of Becky's shoulders. That, you know, she did tell me this week that, you know, while she does still have other stresses going on, that the channel is not one of the things she has to worry about. So I'm really happy that I get to be that for my sister, and that it has been really good for me personally as well, because it is encouraging my creativity and my growth as a designer. And I kind of love that. So hopefully you guys have been loving it too. I keep looking at like the wrong part of my phone. So no, really, I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at you. I have to remember where my camera is when it's at this angle. But I really loved it, and I am going to continue making, and I'm going to continue sharing. And I have absolutely loved all of the support and cheering on that I get from all of you. So thank you very much for that. And we'll see more of you this week. Bye.
Okay, so here we are at the mat with some of the things that I have made this week. One of the things that I forgot to include in last week's wrap-up were these earrings that I made with the Fabulous Flamingo kit from Softflex. I'm going to be making more things this week with this kit when I join Sarah for a live on Wednesday afternoon. It is 2 hours earlier than the normal time, or the old normal time. This is the new normal time for the Soft Flex Live. In the past, it's been on at 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is 5 p.m. my time, or 6 p.m. Eastern US time. But now it's being 2 hours earlier. It's going to be 3 p.m. Central time for me, which will be 1 p.m. For Pacific, etc. You guys know how time zones work. So if you're going to join us, just remember that the new Soft Flex Live time is 2 hours earlier in the day. And if you miss it during the day, you can always watch it on catch up. So I'll be making some more things with that fabulous flamingo kit later this week. But this last week, I had a lot of fun making some things. One of the first things that I made is my sister did hers. You guys just saw hers on her try-on, where, you know, I told her, hey, you know the video that I do where I do 2 different sets using the bargain bead box and the companion bundle. I thought it would be really great if you did Jenny's version, and she didn't want to do it at first because she didn't want to step on my toes and be, you know, do Becky's thing and that sort of thing. And I told her it won't be my thing. If you're the one doing it, if it's your version of it, it's not my thing, it's yours. So she did. They were beautiful and gorgeous. If you missed any of the videos, by the way, they will be in the description below, so you can go click on them, watch any of the ones that you missed. But when we did that, I went ahead and made this focal. Now this did not come in the bargain bead box. It's something that was in my stash that I had bought from Soft Flex, actually. And when I checked the Soft Flex site afterwards, I saw that they still had some of them available. So those will also be linked if you wanted to check that out. But I made this necklace with the swirls, and I added some copper swirls using some 22 gauge craft wire, and I did the same thing with my with these coral stars. And so we got those all beautiful, and I love them. They're such a soft peachy pink. It's a really great contrast with that dark blue that we get from the bargain bead box. Oop, I moved those out of the way so you can't see them. But it was a lot of fun to put this one together. It was mostly making the focal and then just some easy stringing for the rest of it. And then the next one that I made, it was during the same video. I used the companion bundle to do some links with some stacks of nuggets, and then interconnected to these like cross links, and then the pendant that came in the companion bundle. And then I used those super cute ceramic turtles for some earrings to go with that. And that was with the June bargain bead box that we used that for it. And then I also got my Gina's, the GGC Treasure bag for this month, well, for the past couple of months. Jenny and I had unboxed it during our live, and so I grabbed some of the beads from it and this really pretty silver silk, and I put together a really simple yet just kind of ethereal necklace using some of those light pink beads and the really light lavender beads, and then just doing some simple bead links with those same beads, and then attaching these drops that were also in that Gina's, the GGC Treasures bag. It was a lot of fun to put this together. It was nice and relaxing, and I love the way that it turned out. And then when I was unboxing my dollar bead box, I was super inspired to make something with some of the beads that came in that box. So I did some simple stringing with these larger pearls. These are glass pearls, but they are the Baroque pearls, so they've got the texture to them. Some fire polish beads, and this check glass flower. And I included one of these little square dell beads as a dingle, and just added some hardware from my stash for this bracelet. It's simple, but it's sweet, and it's a lot of fun. And then on the 4th of July, my sister and I did a live, and I made this bracelet just using some red, white, and blue beads that I had in my stash. And it was a lot of fun just putting it together, just chatting. It was a really a relaxed, and everybody's just going to just chat and maybe work on a project or something, or just spend some time while we're talking about, you know, anything that we wanted to talk about during the live. So I made that, and then I was playing around with beads afterwards, and I grabbed some beading thread and just did a little bit of this bead weaving to make this, and then made an earring. And I have not recorded a tutorial for this yet. We were in the middle of chatting and stuff, so it's not an official tutorial. It is not that easy to follow on the live. If you're going to try to do it, following along with me, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because I'm not actually talking it through. I went back and actually figured out a better way of doing this, starting from the inner ring instead of doing a circle of right angle waves. But I'll show that to you in the tutorial. So I'll be doing that later this week. So we are going to have a tutorial with this. When we do that, we're going to have some Sam Speedbox stuff going on, and I'm going to be doing some stuff with the Fab Flamingo kit with Soft Flex this week. I also unboxed my Ice Cream Shop bargain bead box and just did a little on the fly just ice cream cone designs with that box. It was specifically curated to be able to make things like this. She purposely put in these cone shaped bead caps and some of these round beads with kind of creamy looking colors, maybe a little bit of chocolate swirl or something, and then these red cherry on top beads. It's going to be a lot of fun to play around with that box. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you want to turn around, I'm going to flip back up to the front and we can try these on. Okay, all right, so let's do some try-ons. I'm going to put on my bargain bead box stuff first. It is exactly the right color of blue to match my shirt. So just absolutely perfect. Oh, hold on, let me take off the earrings that I was wearing today so I can wear the ones that I made. My little starfishes. I love these so much. They are such cute earrings. I love that. My little jellyfish guy. In the front, my my fossil coral. All right, let's get the get our sea turtle set out. So this one with the nuggets. I just love nuggets. Any kind of nuggets. Chicken nuggets, rock nuggets. Any kind of nuggets. I'm like, yes. I just like saying them too. Nugget, nugget, nugget. It's fun. Sea turtles. But see what I mean? Going perfectly with this, the blue of this top. I love these guys. That was such a fun bargain bead box. I'm really excited about the new bargain bead box though. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're gonna be making some stuff with them this weekend, next week probably. And this is the one from Gina's with the silver silk pipe chain. And pipe chain can be on the stiff side, which can really be a good benefit in a lot of designs, but it's also very lightweight and very comfortable to wear when you've got the ends with end caps on them, like that. Go. I love it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, my friends, so pretty. All right, and then we've got the bracelet that I made for the bash. I'm not putting this one on because I sometimes fumble with bracelets. I'm gonna put this bracelet on though because it has a big old lobster clasp that is gonna be easy for me to do. And this was just a I actually have a tutorial that I did with just the same style of thing. I'm gonna find that tutorial and link it, because even though it's different colors and different beads altogether, it's the same concept, where you take some beading wire and then you go through and just do some twisting, but there's a difference between doing 2 beads on each side versus 1 bead on each side. That gives you, you know, the different colors of beads and your different things. And then again, I am going to be doing a tutorial with this one. We'll find some time. I had to spend some time today doing some organizing and cleaning around the house instead of doing a lot of beading or anything like that. So we had to do that. I do want to say that I really appreciate everyone so much. Just being there, being part of this journey for me, being so welcoming to my sister, and just really letting us know again and again how much you appreciate us, and you know, your comments, your likes, just watching our videos. It makes our day. It absolutely makes our day. I love getting really fun comments. I love it when you guys tell me when I miss a bead. It means you're paying attention to me. These are the ice cream cones that I made during my unboxing for the bargain bead box. It is at the end of the unboxing. You can skip past it if you want. Just scroll ahead until you see me making earrings with that. But aren't they sweet? That was such a fun plan for them to add these to that. Super fun. And like I said in our community post that I posted, just my heart's been real heavy this week. There's been a lot of loss here in this area. There have been a lot of people stepping up to help. It's one of the things, look to the helpers is something that you usually tell to kids, you know, say when terrible things happen and they ask why, say, you know, you can't answer that question, but you can say, look at all the people who are helping. Look at all of the love, look at all of the ways that human beings come together to help each other. And it's just, you know, the worst times will often show you the best people. You know, the best of people. All of the, like H-E-B, if you don't know what H-E-B is, it is a local grocery store. And they actually, their first store was in Kerrville in Texas, where a lot of this flooding has happened, where a lot of this loss has happened. But people call it the Texas FEMA because they have emergency response trucks that will roll out with mobile kitchens, with food distribution, with first aid items, with, you know, clothing if they need it, because they do sell clothing in some of the HEBs, but they'll roll those out to places that are hit by like hurricanes or things like that. And they did that again. Like it wasn't even 24 hours between when that happened and when the truck started heading down to Kerrville. So it's pretty great that, like, something that, you know, everybody here loves it because they're such a great grocery store chain, but they do a lot of really good things for the community. And the people who work for them, who run that, they're always there and they're always willing to help. They had a World Central Kitchen, Jose Andres, that came out to feed the folks who are searching, the folks who have lost everything. There's a lot of people in the area that are doing good, that are still looking. There are fire and search and rescue crews that have come from other countries to help. And it's just always so, what is the word that I'm looking for? It's uplifting to know how much love there is for other humans. There is here in the world, that it doesn't matter where you are, people are always willing to go and to help. And you know, lots of flooding now has happened in North Carolina with the hurricane or not, it's not a hurricane, it was a tropical storm, right? But it's a lot of water, a lot of water that got dumped down, and I was seeing stuff that looks exactly the same with the floodwaters happening there in North Carolina, and so I'm hoping that folks are safe there, that you can get some Cajun Navy out there to help you with your search and rescues too, because it's people will help, and there are resources for helping. I am going to link in the description below. There is a GoFundMe page that has verified GoFundMes if you feel like, and if you're able to, you know, if your cash is strapped right now, that's fine. But if you're able to donate to some of those GoFundMes, or to one of the sources that is there on the ground helping, I'll put some of those links in the description. You can check them out. Share them if you're not able to contribute yourself. That is a good way to help if you're not in the position where, if your budget won't allow. So I'll put all of those down in the description. If you feel like helping, please do so. I'm going to look for some for the North Carolina ones as well. It's not just Texas right now. And until next time, my friends, happy beading.